You're weird, hockey fans, says the guy who has a video blog in a room filled with toys. But seriously, what is it about hockey fans and throwing stuff on the ice? The latest thing is obviously throwing hamburgers in Ottawa because of Andrew the Hamburglar Hammond. And it got some attention when Hammond went, hey, look, I got a burger. It got a lot more attention when Curtis Lazar picked it up and ate the thing. And a lot of people were like, oh, you shouldn't have eaten that. Some fan threw it. Ugh. The burger was probably fine. But then you remember how much players spit on the ice during the game and you go, oh. Now, as you know, I primarily follow the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we've had a very different experience with fans throwing stuff on the ice. It started a few years ago with waffles because fans were upset that the Leafs were bad. But now, Leaf fans are throwing jerseys because the Leafs are bad. Leaf fans have been throwing Leaf jerseys in Toronto, they did it in Winnipeg, in Edmonton, they did it in Hamilton, and that wasn't even an NHL game. And what's amazing to me there is most of the names on the back of the jerseys that you see are Kessel or Phaneuf or something like that. But every time I go to the ACC, I see dozens of Brian McCabe jerseys. Those are still good, I guess. But it made me start thinking of some of the other things that hockey fans around the league throw. There's the rubber rats in Florida. That dates all the way back to the mid-90s. Do yourself a favor, after this video, YouTube Patrick Waugh Florida rats. Because what would happen is fans would just throw rubber rats onto the ice after a Panthers goal, but Waugh was just like, nope, I'm standing here and taking it. Ding! Trying to look all tough, and then bam! Gets a rat right in the head. But those were fake rats. In Detroit, they throw real octopi. That's the plural. And it's not even like they're like, oh gee, here's another fan doing that, and they try to hide it. The guy who picks it up goes, yeah! Didn't they actually have to tell him not to? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in that meeting? You know, Doug, we appreciate all you do here. Thanks, boss. Got one little bugaboo though, if you have a sec. Oh sure, boss, what's that? Well, it's just, you know, could you maybe refrain from flailing the sea creature above your head? You're getting fish juice everywhere. Is an octopus a fish? You know, I've always wondered that myself. Just stop doing it! How could I forget the Edmonton Oilers? Their fans have been throwing jerseys on the ice for years. It's even an interactive event because you throw the jersey on the ice, Ben Scrivens throws it right back at you with amazing accuracy with his stick. Just go outside with a hockey stick, pick up an old jersey you don't wear anymore, and try flailing it at a target. You can't do it with that kind of accuracy. The professor can. And you know, the funny thing about the Curtis Lazar incident, you know, he picks up the burger and eats it, and everyone go, oh my goodness, he's so crazy. That's actually not the first time I've heard of a player doing that. Remember Ty Domi? Well, when he was in juniors, someone threw a banana at him as an insult. And then Ty Domi did the most Ty Domi thing ever. No, not beat up an angry Flyers fan in a penalty box. He picked the banana up, peeled it, and ate it. Team nutritionists watching like, I'm not even mad, that's a good food choice. But here's my question, why do hockey fans seem to like throwing stuff on the playing surface more than other fans? I've heard of it at baseball games, but I don't see a lot of that happening at baseball games. No, baseball fans just throw themselves on the field and then run across it. Basketball fans? Oh, you don't hear about basketball fans doing that. No, Ron Artest beat that habit right out of the league. Is it because in like baseball and maybe football it's harder to hit the field? But then what about basketball? It's gotta be easier to hit a basketball court than the ice surface in a hockey game. You gotta go over the glass and everything. I think maybe it's because of the traditions of the octopus in Detroit, the traditions of the rubber rats in Florida. Those are positive things, they're traditions. It's only recently that throwing stuff because you're mad has made a comeback. I mean, what kind of YouTube videos go viral every single year they happen? The teddy bear toss. And it's a beautiful thing. You're at a hockey game, the home team scores, and then teddy bears just come flying like the arrows in 300. Our teddies will block out the sun. They cut that from the movie. So what do you think about throwing stuff on the ice? Is it actually like okay sometimes? Is it only okay when you're doing it because you're happy? Or is it just straight up never okay? And why hockey more than other sports? Or am I making that up? Let me know and don't throw anything at me. I'm a screen.